Hello. Well, I think you guys have seen that I put the furniture inside of this gazebo, and I'm not sure if you've seen the other gazebo over here, but it's got exercise equipment in it, and it's the gazebo that's in front of the pool. And I thought that might have been a good idea to have the furniture over here and to have the workout equipment over there. When the sun shines, it shines more in the direction of that gazebo where the workout equipment is, and I thought it would be a good idea to have the furniture over here where it's in the more shaded area. But I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to switch it up and take the furniture and move the furniture from this gazebo over to that gazebo, because if you're swimming and you want to get out and you want to sit down or something like that, I know that there's the beach chairs over here, but for like entertainment purposes, it would be, I think, a good idea to have the furniture in that gazebo closest to the area where it's like a seating area, and the exercise equipment in here, which will be next to the Japanese garden. So one thing that I noticed that happened is that there was 2 hard rains that happened about maybe 2 weeks ago or so, and it flooded down through here. Now I think I already said about the dirt pile that was over here that was near the pool. There was a dirt pile that we had put there so I could level it out because of the flooding that was happening back over there, but it flooded there and then it came down into this area. So this whole green grass carpet mostly got flooded, and I was kind of nervous because there's some electronics that are in here, so I got everything off the floor except for the outdoor furniture. So I want to move the outdoor furniture over here. We do have a cot, just the cot, not the bed. We have a cot that I can maybe bring over here and see if I can get maybe some wood on it or something that I can maybe put that exercise equipment on in the meantime, because it was advised that we build a deck inside of this area, just like 6 feet off the ground, where it's not attached to the gazebo, because if it's attached to the gazebo, a wood deck that you build off the ground, you walk on it and then it shakes. But if you come in here, I also want to take this fan that I installed in here. I'd like to get 2 of these fans, or another fan to put for both gazebos, because the other one kind of has an indoor fan, but it's underneath the canopy, but it's not made for outdoors. But I want to get this fan moved over there, this TV, this refrigerator, the couches moved over, and all these boxes that you see, it looks like it's become a bit of a storage area, but what's inside of these are mostly tools that have been scattered. And so I've been putting them in boxes to kind of keep them a little bit organized so they don't get lost. But yeah, I'm gonna move this over here, and let's go take a look over here at this gazebo and see what's in here, which looks like it's actually more storage stuff. So this is a elliptical workout bike and a bench press, and there's some weights over there. I gotta get that moved over. But I also, in case it does rain, I need to keep it elevated off the ground until I actually get the wood and get the time to build that platform for that gazebo. But over here, from what I've noticed, it hasn't really flooded in here. It might get a little bit wet at the edges, but it doesn't flood. So I'm gonna be taking this TV out and bringing that TV over here, this TV over there maybe. But a friend of mine recently moved and had a 42-inch TV that they didn't want and offered it to me for free. And so I said, sure, yes, because it's a perfectly good working TV. I just had to order a remote because they didn't have the remote. So I got the remote, and so yeah, I'm gonna leak blow this stuff out and get it all cleaned up, and let's see if we can get it here moved over there and there moved over here, I guess. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you think that it's better to have the furniture, the outdoor furniture, over in the shaded area, or is it better to have it right here where the pool is, around like where there's like the lounge area where people would sit, mix and mingle, that kind of thing? So with the fans though, I'm hoping that, you know, with the fan, that it would keep it a little bit cool. There's always the shade curtain, so if the sun does get over on this side over here, you could always pull the shade. And as long as these other curtains here are open, then it kind of creates a breeze that comes through and it's not so hot. But if you do get hot, you can always go for a dip. Yeah, so let's get everything set up and then we'll get this transformed if we can. Hey, well, we're gonna get started on the Japanese garden. Starting right here at the moon gate. Come on in. Let's look and see what we have here as far as the area. So we had the plants set up here and we went ahead and took those out so that we can get an idea of what this looks like with a blank slate. And so what we have left are just these front plants here, the elephant ear, 2 elephant ears, and some weird random plant that my mom says is growing here and grew in a pot or something like that.
In that pot over there.
And we're still not sure if it's a weed or not a weed, because it looks like it could be a weed. But one of our challenges that we're gonna have here, and my mom said here's how she wants to do this. So we wanna level this out. But before we level it out, my mom wants to go ahead and have this dirt moved around a bit, like shovel in and kind of just shift it up a little bit so that we can get our hands into the dirt, pull some roots, pull some weeds, and get those things out of the way, much like we did on the yard itself, which is why we have all this grass growing now and not so many weeds as there were before. And I'm so surprised. Yes, my mom did all of that pulling. She would come out here like every day and would be
for like a month.
For a month, yeah, pulling up weeds left and right, buckets and buckets filled with weeds and bulbs of roots and things like that I was surprised was still under here. But if you remember, whenever we were out here and we were clearing all this out, there were so many vines all over the place, which is why we rented that bucket deal, that machine to come in and scrape. But even though we scraped it and everything like that, there was still some things all over the place. And I'm just so happy and proud of where it has come so far, that this was like a desolate sand dust bowl that was out here, and then now there's all this green grass flourishing. So what we have over here is that we want to get this leveled out, but as I'm looking at it, one of the challenges that we might face is that it might not be able to be completely leveled out because of the height difference between this part of the property here and the other part of where the garden is going to be. And so that's going to be a challenge that we'll have, is getting this dirt mixed up and getting it to where it's level, somewhat level, especially with these 3 trees that are here. And with the 3 trees that are here, the dirt that's around them is elevated up as well. And I just know, like, if we start to dig into this to uproot some of that dirt and some of those weeds and roots, that we're going to hit some of the tree roots there, and it's going to expose some more of those. So we'll see as we go, like, what's going to happen with that, as well as the weeds that are in here. And there's some that are pretty pervasive that keep coming back, like this, and this isn't a weed, this is a tree, but the mimosa or mimosa tree. If you take a look at this, I'll pull this out of the ground. This is the mimosa tree. There is, I believe, 2 trees on this property that were mimosa trees, and with those 2 trees, the roots spread across this entire property, and these little babies come up all over the place. And as soon as the pod drops from the mimosa tree, those seeds, they hit the ground. It's like they need no care at all. Leave them alone, and 3 days later, boom, these things come up. And they're all over the place. They're relentless. But we come back here, there's even one growing right here. It's pretty big. That didn't come up by the root. We'll have to get that. But
that's because there's a tree stump right there, under there somewhere.
Yeah. And this area right here also, when we got the property, this was an area that was heavily covered in leaves. And even once we moved the leaves aside, there was just decay of leaves, of years and years of decay. I believe the property's been sitting here, I don't know, I think the last time that someone maybe lived on it, was it the 70s?
I think it's the 70s.
Back in the 70s. And we've even found things in this yard while we were clearing it that has stamped dates on it from the 70s. Found that dog collar, collar was from a vet down in Orlando that was dated back in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But was it a pickle jar or a mayonnaise jar?
pickle, I think.
Yeah, that lid where it was like stamped on the top, the date.
Yeah.
The expiration date. But there are some things in here that maybe if my mom chooses that she wants to keep it, like this over here. I'm not quite sure what this is here.
Those are the Christmas berry things. I mean, we don't have to. They seem to be growing everywhere, like wildflowers too. I mean, there's 2 over here. There's 1 over here by this tree. I mean, they don't all have to be in here.
So, it's kind of like I have a vision in my mind. We'll see if we can get that vision put up. If we can get the skill for that, to have it outlined here, what we see as the vision, or what I see as the vision for over here. But also with the rain as it comes in, it seems to be like coming down the trees and just kind of flooding in the area, pouring off the sides and moving outward toward the pathway, this meditation path that we have, toward the gazebo. So hopefully if we can get some of this stuff down, then if we observe when it rains that it doesn't puddle and like move out and puddle in areas that we don't want it to puddle in. Otherwise we might have to come up for a solution with that challenge. So, but there's definitely things growing through here that are going to have to get picked up. We do have a helper with us today, and he'll be helping. He's helped us on this property before. He lives right here in the community. His name is Aaron. He's very good, very hard worker as far as, you know, coming in and getting things done. He's very glad to help. Actually, he just told me yesterday that he's very happy that he's a part of this project that we're doing and helping us in getting it I don't know if I want to say done, but at least get it coming along.
He said it looks like a oasis, like a, how did he word it? Do you remember?
Well, no, I didn't hear. I just heard him saying it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Because the last time that he was here when he helped was with the fences, and that's been, you know, a little bit ago. And so he hasn't seen like the gazebos. He hasn't seen, you know, the things that are around the pool. And so, and all the grass that's grown in, and the pathways that have been put in.
He helped with the digging the hole for the pool. That was the last thing he did.
Yeah, he helped with the digging the hole with the pool, but there it just looked like a sand lot, like it was just dirt everywhere, and then this hole in the ground. And it's like, what's this crazy guy thinking, putting a above ground pool into the ground? But, you know, we'll find out. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Not that anybody's going to. It's a lot of work. And if you paid somebody, they might say you're crazy for doing that, and they probably wouldn't do it. But yeah, I think that we're going to probably run into some challenges, because everything on this property, believe it or not, has been a challenge every step of the way. But you know what? We are persistent. We stuck with it, kind of like these weeds, and it's coming along. And we'd like to know what you think so far about the property, and what you think about this project that we're doing right now, the Japanese garden. I've looked up some things online to kind of get some inspiration, some pictures. I watched a few videos, and I see that Japanese gardens can be done in various ways for what you want to put in it. There's large Japanese gardens, medium-sized, small Japanese gardens. You can put water features, a pond. You can put what is it there? It looks like, I forget what they're called, but it looks like a bamboo kind of, but they're thicker. And it has water that runs off one end, goes into another, goes down into another.
Oh.
And it's kind of like a orangish, orange kind of oak color. And then the water runs through it. There's different things that you can add into it. One of the central elements, though, it seems, though, is a theme of no sharp lines, things that move around, like the rocks, you know, large rocks, even small rocks, sometimes sand, light colored sand, definitely Japanese styled plants. Also structures, like if you want a statue or something like that, they have different statues that you could do, and I forget what the name of them are. Stevie told me something about them, but they got the post, and then the piece that goes up like that. I've even seen gates and things that you can do, but I just kind of like looked up a few different things to kind of get my mind going, maybe some inspiration, something that speaks to me that I can maybe put together for over here. It's a small space to do a garden like that in, and what's so good about a small space is that you can do so much in a small space. When you have a big large space, it's like, what do I do with all this space? And, you know, what do I put in it to fill it in and make it feel, you know, like how I envision it? But when it's a small space like this, a little goes a long way, and that is very motivating, because we don't want to spend a lot to do what we're doing here, but we do want to make it look really good. And I think that is something that resonates with a lot of people, is the ability to make something look the best it can, not with minimal effort, but look the best it can without breaking the bank. So that's what I hope to do here with what we have. And so I hope you come with us along the way and see what we run into, because I'm sure we're going to run into it. Hopefully we'll find some worms. Aaron's been talking about the worms. He's like, I've dug on this property a lot and I haven't seen any of these worms, but we've seen them.
They're in my garden. That's where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, in the garden, in the soil. But he's
not on the end of a fish hook.
He's seen one of them, not at the end of a fish hook. You like fishing.
I do, but
just don't like eating the fish.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited to get started with this. I think it's going to be beautiful when it's done. It's beautiful in my mind, so I can just imagine once it's out here. And I can't wait for you guys to see the process and to see the results. Stick around and watch and see what we do.
Looks like this pile is bigger than the one you got yesterday.
Oh yeah. You do.
Now, when he was out here yesterday, we had him put a pile here as well, because this is, as you can see, you can tell right here where water was sitting all down through here. So we're putting dirt over here, try to level it out more. So we had him put this one yesterday, and then we're gonna have him do another one today before we get started on the roots and the weeds around the tree, or the 3 trees.
Hey, Lenny. I don't think it's supposed to rain right now or anytime soon, so I'm going to put this over here on the table for right now, because these are the tools. Good thing we put a privacy fence up. Out here in this neighborhood, if we didn't have the fence up and I start bringing this stuff out, people start stopping by asking how much, thinking we got a yard sale going. Did I show this to you guys before? You all? This is a trash can. I thought this was so neat that it looked like that there was plants coming out of the top. From a distance, you get up on it, you can tell it's fake. I'm surprised my mom hasn't tried to water it yet.
I have.
Oh. This one?
But yeah, that one's the first one I tried to water before we got the other one, and I almost tried to water it too.
This here, check this out. We just got this because it rained. I set up a hose so I can get water out of the pool in case it got too high because of the rain, and it don't work. I don't know why, but it don't work.
That doesn't work?
No, the hose that I put in.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why I buried the hose right next to the pool.
I didn't know it didn't work.
Yeah, I buried it right next to the pool because it goes underground to the spot where the spout is. I mean, it might if you get something to suck the hose, like maybe pull it out.
Yeah.
But this, I guess, is called footing. You should put this in the description. This thing, I think it wasn't too much at the time. I think it was like, what, 60, 70, maybe 79, 80?
I don't remember.
Somewhere, but I've never had one of these before, and you just plug it in, drop it, or you connect your hose up to it, a water hose. You just drop it in the pool, or I guess wherever you have water. I don't know about like a mud hole or anything like that, but if you got a lot of water, you drop this in it. It's waterproof, and it just sucks the water right out. Faster than the water comes out of the water hose.
Wow.
It pumps it out. It got it down to level where it was supposed to be in about 15 minutes. And I took out 25 gallon buckets. Yeah, it's about 100 gallons, and that took me about maybe 10-15 minutes or so right there, and it hardly made a dent in it. This, after 15 minutes, it dropped it down pretty good.
Wow.
I just had to go out into the yard where there's no grass.
Huh.
I know it's waterproof, but I was a little bit nervous at first because the electrical cord goes right into the bottom of it. You got to drop it down inside, or not the bottom, but the side, and you got to drop it down into the water. I'm like, so I had the robot vacuum in the pool, and I'm like, well, if there's electricity in it, I'm sure a breaker will flip or the robot vacuum might die, but nothing happened. So when nothing happened, I like touched the water just a little bit just to see, just the tip of my finger, and I'm like, okay, it's good.
Did you shut off the vacuum?
Oh no, it's so I got the app for the vacuum for the pool, and I set it up on the intervals for the days that you could do. It's one of the, I guess, extra bells and whistles it has whenever you get the app. Look at me sweating already. But no, it's on a 30-minute cycle. So I put it to do only the floor and not the walls, just the floor.
It didn't get the floor done in the 30 minutes.
Well, I'll have to change it, or it could just be taken out and turned back on. But I mean, I would have to change it so it does maybe 2 days instead of 3, because 3 days it does 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute, I think, and then 2 days it does 45, 45, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Some odds and ends.
Right into the dirt pile.
Well, it's for outside, so it'll rinse off. It's fine. As long as those clouds stay over there.
That's later this evening.
This is sitting underneath everything, a pink bat.
I was wondering what that was.
You know, I think this is Stevie's. He's got a few toys out here, I think. He's got that archery board back there I put up because he'll sometimes come out here and practice archery. But I know this is his. It's pink and it's bedazzled. Not enough though. I guess that's when the intruder comes in, you give him a, what's this called?
A home run?
This isn't a Louisville Slugger.
No.
Give him a home run. Run from the home. Here, I found something already, and I was looking because I knew possibly something was going to happen. I lift up the cushion, and what's underneath of it?
What?
A roach.
No. I thought you were going to say snake there for a minute.
Oh, I thought about it. Like, I've been like, this stuff is outside. We've already seen them black garden snakes out here. I'm like, when am I going to come out here, sit down on the chair or sit down on the couch, and you just come slithering out? Like I invaded its home.
Yeah.
But no, it was a roach, and there's also one of them jumping spiders that was on the couch too. I need to put something in there. Does nobody want to sit down on a roach?
Mm-mm.
Or a spider? That's too many legs.
Even the legless ones, we don't want those either.
See, now you got me thinking. I have to go lift up that couch. There better not be a snake up underneath of it.
Yeah.
Nothing under there.
It's a good thing.
Watch out for the plants.
Yeah.
You want to see how strong I am? I lifted up a whole couch. And I weebles and I wobbles. So
And he didn't fall down.
Say, no, that's how cheap that thing is. You can lift it up.
Is there eggs?
Eggs.
Turn it upside down when you get it over here. What is that? Is it eggs? It is. That's eggs.
No.
That's eggs of something.
No. Need pest services. See, eggs don't sound good unless it's for breakfast or something.
Yeah, that's some kind of spider eggs. I don't know what kind.
Well,
anybody know what kind of spider eggs those are?
I'm gonna ask that shop vac what kind they are. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, because this was given to me along with another lamp thing. This one's pretty standard. The other one I put in the house because it had a weight. Is it a weight stand at the bottom of it? Because it's like a brushed nickel, and it has one pole that comes up, and then it's got 5 other things that fan out, and it's got 5 individual lights on it. So it looks pretty cool, and it's got that dimmer on it. You can dim the light down. That was given to me too. But this one, I don't know. Probably put it somewhere, I guess. Find out. Put it in a dark spot on the property. I'm kidding. This is for indoors, not outdoors. But you just brought it from outdoors.
Indoor, outdoor.
Indoor, outdoor. I think for now, that's what I'm gonna do for now. Only thing left in there for me to get that I want to get out of there is that refrigerator, which it has some drinks in it, some water, some Captain Morgan. I'm just kidding. Some water, some what is it? Coconut water, and I think a few snacks, some stuff that I think Stevie put in there, chocolates, because he likes to put it in the freezer part of it. Do you guys like that? Chocolate in the freezer? In the freezer? Yeah, just regular like Kit Kats or Crunch, little Crunch thing. It's Crunch, but they're little like puff balls Crunch. I think that's what he has in there. It might, or he might have it in there, but I just know he puts chocolate in the freezer, and I'm like, how's it gonna melt in your mouth? It's gonna take longer. Then you gotta crunch down on it. Now it's frozen. But, and I think I'm gonna get that TV out of there, but I gotta look at the mount, because I mounted it to the side of the gazebo. That was pretty easy to do, but I gotta see if the mounts are the same, because they're 2 different size TVs, and I know that they're 2 different mounts, so I don't know, I might have to take them off. But I want to get that fan and that TV and the refrigerator and put that over here, and then yeah, that fan and that TV over here. Maybe you don't need the refrigerator where you're working out, unless you're gonna get water, but it's not that far of a walk.
Not too far.
I need to get me a water or a hydration drink or a look at that hummingbird. You missed it.
I seen something flying away.
It went over by the flowers that are hanging.
Oh.
But or coconut water.
We need a little hummingbird thing.
I'll get my coconut water that I put in there. You told me to put in there. I couldn't find a spot for it. It's flying around here. You see it? It's out. It's over by your thing right here.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, it dipped down. It's what tore up your corn.
I don't know where it went now.
Well, I mean, I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna take a break, and then I guess I'll get back to it. And I gotta get the dolly for the refrigerator anyway, and I gotta get the dolly for that elliptical, and not for the weight bench. The weight bench, as long as I take the weights off of it, it's fine.
We're gonna have the guy come over that helped put up this fence. He's gonna help with our weed situation. I'm gonna have him take the shovel and just loosen up the dirt. And then I'm gonna come in behind him later and get all the weeds and the roots out. Hopefully all the roots. After that, Casey's gonna come in and put a barrier and everything down, and then put down his imagination of what he wants this to look like. So if he gets it the way it does and roots do start to grow or weeds start to grow, then I will know that it didn't grow from underneath the barrier, it grew from on top of the barrier. So I'm going to try to get as many, if not all, of the vines roots and the weed roots that are here, try to get most of those out of here. So let's go ahead and get into that. I mean, you could do it that way. It might be easier. Yeah, and this whole area is what we want done like that.
I got you. Got it.
Yeah, don't get too close to the plants, though. That's close enough for the plants. The same with all the plants that's in the ground.
What kind of plants in this?
I forget the name of them.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
And you say it's a Japanese garden, right?
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do right here.
And I like it because you got the turtle right there in the garden.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I
they're just, you know what I mean, like Japanese,
I actually caught
Chinese.
a turtle crawling through here. I mean, it literally turtles move quicker than you think, because that thing came all the way down here and realized it couldn't go through this gazebo and turn around and went all the way back.
Right.
All the way over here to the other side to where it went behind this fence area here and went back up that way.
What kind of turtle?
It probably was a gopher. I used to have to do this when I was a kid. My stepdad made us go out and do this stuff in the garden and de-weed it and stuff.
Well, he taught you a trade, though.
Yeah.
And you could pass
Not
it on.
knowing at the time, but yes.
That's the thing. You taught a punishment, but he was teaching you something.
Yeah.
So,
He actually taught us a lot of stuff.
right.
I mean, if he would have told us, hey, I'm trying to teach you a trade.
You didn't know what a trade was right there.
Apparently
You
not.
trying to play. I want to work. Say that for me.
Yeah. Then when we go through it, it'll all be already all nice and loose.
You're right. You're right. It makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing.
And this is what we're going to be doing here, lifting the dirt up and getting the stuff loose so that when we come back through to get the vines and the roots and the weeds out, it's easier for us to do that. And all of this area, he's going to do that over here like this. So I'm not going to record the whole process of him doing it, but this is the idea of what he's going to be doing. And this is the finished product when he got done with everything. And then we're gonna go through it and pull what weeds and roots and vines we can. See this thing I was showing you? See the root? Don't look like a carrot?
I was gonna say a carrot.
Yeah. This is that one I was showing you yesterday. I said had three leaves on it.
That's that archery set, I guess. The arrows, the bow, and the board to hit it with over here. When I turned that vacuum on, I got those, whatever those things are that look like eggs, but I think there was a black widow spider in there. I seen the spider, it had a big, like, behind, and it looked like it was a black widow to me. Remember the movie A Bug's Life? Is it Bug's Life? Yeah, Bug's Life flick. And the circus crew, and there was that spider, I forget the spider's name, but that spider was a black widow with the red hourglass figure on the bottom. I think that was the buffalo.
That's that big, right?
Got a medicine ball, a yoga mat, and I don't know, you probably know what that is. I forget what it is. It's a 4-pound ball. I think it's momentum, something for exercising. My mom probably knows.
I was real big. Yep.
Here's an order. Woo! Here's an order of, I think it's 500 landscaping staples or yard staples is what I put the weed barrier down with, and also the lining that goes around the path, and anything that I want to hold down, including like the lights, if there's like ground lights or anything. You can hold a lot of stuff down in the ground with this. You can even hold down if you have an extension cord that you don't want moving around, even water hoses sometimes, just depending. You can hold them down with these. 500, I forget how much this is. I think they're like 36 or 40 or something like that for these. This is our third box of these, so we've gotten 1,500 of them, but I haven't opened up this one yet. It feels so heavy, but it's only 70 pounds of weight on the ends. I forget how much the bar is. Might be 5 or 10. Feels kind of heavy though. It's heavier than that couch. $45.90.
Casey don't play. Well, Casey be getting bumped, ain't he?
When I get the time to focus on that. A ball.
Well, that's going to be all for our video today. Go ahead and give us a like, leave a comment down below, and perhaps even subscribe. But that's the best way to support our channel. We'll see you next time. Bye.